Hey there, it's Delilah, and today we are going to be diving into the atrocities that is r/NiceGuys. If you are watching this, that means that you may have watched the part 1 of this video where I accidentally filmed like an hour and a half worth of footage, so I have to make this a part 1 and part 2 because I still have 2 more posts that I haven't read or reacted to or like I talk so much. Lock me away. You would think I get paid to talk, which I do because we're monetized. I don't know if we're monetized yet. If there's an ad in this video, pop the champagne, baby. We have made it. Mr. Beast who? Not me. If I had a Lunchable, it would be so good. I'd give you guys those sugar cookies that they have at Walmart. I don't know what I'd put as like the food portion, but you guys deserve it. You deserve, I wish I could send all of you guys a little sugar cookie. That'd be horrible though. It would just come like crushed and flattened, and don't accept food from strangers, not even me. You never know my intentions. I'm a weird lady, okay? That sounded really incriminating towards myself. I don't plan on drugging any. If I were to give any of you guys a sugar cookie, it would be a really great one. I'd give you my perfect condition sugar cookie. But I'm just saying you shouldn't accept food from strangers in general. So anyways, now that I've like continued to talk about random stuff that doesn't matter, we're gonna jump into another one. The last one that we read was the one about the guy that was acting like a dominatrix, and it turns out he was just insecure because his dick didn't work, which if you have ED, I love you and your little slinky. Sorry. And it has nothing to do with manhood, okay? It has nothing to do with anything. You might just be nervous, and if a girl shames you for that, that tells you all that you need to know, and that reflects nothing onto you, king. Men's mental health matters. So if you sorry, I shouldn't laugh after saying that. I'm being like when guys are like, damn, periods are really hard. I'm 6'2", by the way. That's like what I'm doing. Okay. These ones don't have as exciting titles. Like this title just says, I'm good looking. But sometimes it's the ones like these that just, you don't expect it to be as bad as it is. You know what I mean? It seems safe. It never is. It never is because we're on r/NiceGuys. By the way, if you don't know, it says it right here, okay? Let me explain it to you. If you don't know what a nice guy is, nice guys demean others while simultaneously expressing a favorable view of themselves. But that's what a nice guy is. They're demeaning others while simultaneously expressing a favorable view of themselves. That's what a virtue claim is. So in order for, I explained that last video. You guys get it. You understand. Also, before I get started, since this is another video, let me remind you guys once again that 90% of you little meat slinkies. Sorry, I shouldn't talk about erectile dysfunction that way. 90% of you little, what's a good insult? Funny insults. Dingus and dingbat. We're gonna go with goose gobbler. Oh, it's goose cobbler. Goose gobbler. What is that? Like, my brain was like, oh, like a munch? Like, oh, like you're a goose gobbler. What? Okay. 90% of you little goose gobblers aren't subscribed. So I would really, really, really appreciate, look at that. Did you see that hair flick? That deserved a subscription from you. We're gonna hop into this now. Did I cover all the bases I wanted to cover? This is part 2. Subscribe, goose gobbler. Yeah, I think we're good. Okay, so the title of this one, I'm good looking. That's it, I'm good looking. Okay. If you could have any fictional character in your life, who would it be? I wish I could have Uncle Iroh from Atla in my life. That dude knows how to give some motivational speeches. Oh. Okay. I would have a fucking dragon? What? Because then I would own a dragon. Like, who the is Uncle Iroh? Hang on. Oh, I know who that is. He spelt it wrong, okay? That wasn't my fault. Yeah, like, sorry, old man, but you're not making the cut to get in my life. I would have okay, like, who's the coolest fictional character. I could have Batman. I could be best friends with Batman. I could have Mike Wazowski in my life, and I would lock him in my spare room, and I would charge people $20 to come see him. Okay, I'm rich. That's kind of really inhumane. I wouldn't do that. But I would have something cool. Like, I wouldn't have just some old dude from Last Airbender. Like, excuse me. Yeah, he's a cool, wise character. Fun. Fucking cool, wise character. Uncle Iroh. Like, shut the fuck up. I'd have a dragon. Loser. Anyways, let's keep reading. Oh my goodness. And then he said, why is your head shaped like a pear and your body is too? What the hell? Yo, that's crazy, because his first message was in 2022, and he came back with vengeance. And then this person said, why the fuck are you shaped like a dumbass doofus? Really bad reply. Like, you really gotta work on, but it's kind of funny. It's like a little funny. It's like that, what is that one meme? All I'm thinking of is you dropped a can of bounce that ass. Hang on, I'm getting somewhere with this. And then the little kid goes, bounce that ass? Oh, 10 cans. You smell like 10 cans of bounce that ass.
Boo, your breath smell like
graham crackers.
No, it smell like 10 cans of bounce that ass. That's what it smell like.
Bounce that ass? Graham crackers. No, it smells like 10 cans. Ah!
Boo, your breath smell
okay,
like...
chill. Bounce that ass. Anyways, that's what this person's response reminds me of. And then they said, don't ask why. I'm like, just don't. And I'm safe. Don't worry about the X-Acto knife. I'm very safe with it. I kind of hate you. Damn, your doofus comment really got to them, okay? I kind of hate you. You did the basic chick thing where you match with a bunch of different guys and not even care about responding to them or anything. You realize that about 90 different... I think he meant to say chicks, not shakes. You realize that about 90 different chicks did the same thing to me, and that's how every guy feels. I actually want to K-word you. Okay. Damn, he really did not like being called a dumbass doofus. What do you mean you want to K-word her? And then he said, it feels like the same thing. It feels like the same thing to Irk. And I know damn, he needs Captain Iroh. Am I pronouncing his name right? You guys are gonna flame me. It's been a long time since I've watched Avatar. I'm sorry.
Uncle Iroh.
Iroh. Oh, Uncle Iroh. That's exactly how she said it. What I was saying is that this guy does need Uncle Iroh in his life, so that he could give him a motivational speech, and out of threatening to women just because they didn't respond to you. Maybe she also thinks that you're a dumbass because you chose Uncle Iroh and not like a cool ass dragon. At least I was original about it, okay? I thought of a Mike Wazowski in the closet. I'm making bank. $100 to get in and see the little fucker. You can have 10 minutes alone with him. Actually, that makes it sound like I'm setting him up for some really bad things. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that to Mike. Anyways, it feels like the same thing to Irk, and I know I'm good looking. I was going to update my pictures because I've been working out every single day, and I've been getting bruises on my arms because I've been pushing myself so much. Maybe don't do that. Check your iron levels. Like, how are you pushing yourself? Working out? Are you throwing dumbbells at yourself? Like, what do you mean bruises on your arms? From doing what? What? Because I've been pushing myself so much. But what do girls have to do? Put on makeup and get 1,000 different matches. I actually want to go on a K-wording spree because of women like you. You're almost about to break me. What would Uncle Iroh say about this,
Apply for trusted IP support as soon as you can. There's never been a better time in Ontario for innovators to succeed.
Okay, fuck you. I was trying to look at Uncle Iroh quotes, but I'm just getting like a bunch of ads. Okay. Yeah, so that's like the craziest thing I've ever read. Oh my god. Yes! And the award goes to OP because they said, lol, hey guys, he was reported and the police were contacted since I knew what college he was attending. Oh my god, yes. This person said Uncle Iroh would not approve of this at all. No, he would not, and he had the audacity to spell his name wrong. So this is how the great strong men of 2025 act when they get rejected, disgraceful, even exile. My nephew is more honorable than you. I think that's their quote of what Uncle Iroh would say. Hey, I like Avatar, The Last Airbender. Anyways, I'd love to murder some women. Also, I lift so much that I'm bruised, like I have a blood clotting disorder. Not like the best opening gambit. Speedrunning being on a watch list though. 10 out of 10 in that department. That's insane. This person's funny. Oh, let me like there. Gave you a little like. Wow. So that was insane. The fact that this was triggered, I'm so sorry. This isn't funny. This is serious. He's literally talking about wanting to go on a woman unaliving spree. But the fact that it stemmed from you saying, why are you shaped like a dumbass doofus is so funny. You really got him. You really got him. That's crazy. I spilled my berries all over the floor. It was such a dramatic yell, too. No! Hang on, I'm gonna rinse these off. Okay, I'm back. They have been rinsed. Sorry if this video is a bit more boring than the last one. I shouldn't even put that out there. Sorry if this video is
flippin' fantastic and you love it and you subscribed. Oh my god, and you subscribed and you PayPal'd me. You PayPal'd me $100. What the heck? You shouldn't have done that. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh. I will give you an autograph too. Yeah, don't even worry about it. It's on me.
Okay, this one. With the title, Look, I'm a hell of a nice guy. He said the name of the movie! So yeah, I'm a hell of a nice guy. We can already tell that this is gonna be, oh my god, and there's so many screenshots too. There's like 6, okay. Gonna take a nap, dude. What? Gonna take a nap, dude. I'm too tired. I'm not too. Oh, he totally meant to say, gonna take a nap so I'm not too tired later. Message you soonish. Okay, not going to need a whole lot of energy. It's not like we're going to be jumping each other's bones. What? Is that an expression? What? Jumping each other's bones, meaning. Oh, to do the devil's tango. I was unaware that that was called, hey girl, can I jump your bones? Like, what the hell? Okay, sure, yeah, so, additional context, these people are 50 years old, so maybe I should use an old person voice when I do it. Gonna have a nap soon. That's really bad. So I'm not too tired. That's really bad. Wait, no, I swear to God, I'm okay at doing old people impressions. You're not going, okay, I'm gonna stop. This is really bad. Okay, you're not gonna need a whole lot of energy. It's not like we're gonna be jumping each other's bones, lol. I'm going to need a nap so that I'm not so tired that I'm stupid, lol. I didn't get more than an hour and a half of sleep. Oh, okay. I see. Well, the more tired you are, the lower your inhibitionism. Okay, inhibition. A feeling that makes one self-conscious and unable to act in a relaxed, I caught them, a relaxed and natural way. The children, at first shy, soon lost their inhibitions. So they're saying the more tired you are, the less self-conscious you are? What? Why is this person so against this person taking a nap? Not that low, ever. Try not to joke yourself out of the date, lol. Oh, I just realized that the green texts are OP. The way that it looked was really confusing. Okay, you can see the text bubble. The text bubble is coming from OP. Okay, so OP wants to take a nap. and this person's being weird about it. And then OP says, not that low, ever. Try not to joke yourself out of the date. And then this person said, I'm a perverted joker.
Why so serious?
I'm a perverted joker, just who I am. Okay, so wait, he was being perverted? Okay. I'm a perverted joker, just who I am. If that bothers you and you don't want to meet me, then that up to you. And y'all just have to understand and live with 1 out of 2. It. Wait, why couldn't they send a message longer than that? And I'll just have to understand and live with 1 out of 2. It. I am who I am. Lol. So you're not willing to hold off that until I'm comfortable with you? Because can dirty joke. Okay, both of these people's typing is pissing me off. Because can dirty joke and flirt with the best of them, but not before I'm ready. So if you lack the self-control and respect for me to hold off for a little while, then maybe we shouldn't do this. Fair? I don't even understand what the dirty joke was. I mean, he said it himself that it was a dirty joke. Like, it was a dirty joke, but like, am I having an autism? I looked up what inhibit means, and I'm not getting it. Look, I'm a hell of a nice guy. I have a perverted mind. I'm just being who I am because there's no better way to get comfortable with someone than to 1 out of 4. Now, than to know you separated your text by writing K and then doing no. They could have just said no in the next paragraph. Actually, if they didn't let's say the messages have a character limit. Them typing out parentheses 1/4 parentheses is 5 characters, meaning they could have just finished the word no, but whatever. I'm just being who I am because there is no better way to get comfortable with someone than to know who they really are, whether you can accept it or not. That's the worst logic I've ever heard of in my life. She's asked you to not make perverted jokes, and you were like, I am who I am. If you want to get to know who I am, you have to accept who I am. Like, you say you can joke with the best of them. Again, that sounds like a weird expression. With the best of them. So relax. Cut loose. Be who you are. Don't. I hate this. He also could have just typed out don't with the characters that it took to write parentheses 2/4 parentheses. Be who you really are. Don't hide anything about yourself. If people don't like you or accept you for who you are, then why would you even bother with them? That's just my opinion. That's just my opinion and how I see things. All I'm saying is don't try to be someone you're not just so that you can fit into someone's idea of a perfect little box. Be yourself. And if people don't like you for who you are, then fuck them. You don't need them. What? Why did this turn into... I'm so confused. Oh, he's saying...
You're saying that you can make dirty jokes, so make dirty jokes with me. Let loose. Let me make uncomfortable jokes towards you even though we don't know each other. Be who you are.
That's why he's giving her a weird motivational speech. And then she said, I'm being who I am. I need an emotional bond with someone before we want to joke about sex or discuss intimacy. I have no interest in it with you yet, and you can be yourself without ignoring the needs of others. It's called tact. He's tactless, girl, you tell him. A hell of a nice guy would respect the feelings of women that he's trying to date. I'm not asking you to change who you are. I'm asking you for patience. Oh God, there's pages of messages, and I have to deal with this guy's typing. Super reasonable response on her end, right? How could anybody argue with that? How could anybody argue? We're gonna see how someone could argue because he said, okay, then maybe this wasn't a good idea because I'm not even being that rude and you seem to be taking it pretty personal. I'm a biker and a nice guy. Okay, like, room, cool, like, who the fuck cares? I like to joke and have fun. We're both adults and it's nothing either one of us haven't heard before. I think you're being a little too sensitive. I'm literally so confused what is going on because all he said is like, did he said he said, if you're sleepy, it'll lower your... Oh, I understand the joke. On the first, okay, because she said, I'm gonna need a nap. And then he said, okay, you're not gonna need a whole lot of energy. It's not like we're gonna be Scrooging. And then she said, I'm gonna need a nap. And then he said, well, the more tired you are, the lower your inhibitionism. So he means the more tired she is, the more likely she is to want to Scrooge. Which is weird because he's the one that said we're not going to Scrooge. Maybe she said, maybe there's additional context like earlier on that she said that she didn't want to Scrooge. And then he was like, it's not like we're Scrooging anyways. And then she's like, I'm going to take a nap. And he's like, why? If you're tired, it'll lower your reluctance to Scrooge. How do we like the word Scrooge, by the way? Do we like it? Okay, so fast forward to where we are in the conversation. He said, I'm asking you for patience. And then he said, maybe this wasn't a good idea. I wasn't even being that rude, and you seem to be taking it pretty personal. I'm a biker and a nice guy. I like to joke and have fun, and we're both adults. It's nothing that either of us haven't heard before. I think you're being a little too sensitive. I think he's trying to say, if you can't accept the way I am, then good luck. There's plenty of women out there that like a guy with a dirty sense of humor. No. No, there isn't. Not really. No. Every man I've met makes at least a dirty joke. A lot of men that are interested, like in the dating scene, like, you know, if they're interested in me, they're attracted to me, the dirty joke typically slips out. So it's not like a special talent of yours, sir, that isn't afraid to say what's on his mind. And then she said, okay, bye. And then he said, just another prude. And then she said, just another self-centered ass who can't shut up about sex long enough to get it. You tell him, because you're right. Okay, so yeah, it seems like they have not hooked up yet. Maybe this was a first or second time hanging out. And she clearly set some sort of boundary with him prior to this conversation. And so that's what encouraged him to say the whole, like, it's not like we're going to be jumping each other's bones anyways. Probably because she set a boundary that she doesn't want to sleep with him. Those are all the ones that I have today that I had saved. But since this is a part 2, we're going to go for one more. Oh, let's read the comments first. Sorry. Jesus, they really can't stop themselves from getting their own way, can they? That's the literal embodiment of the stick in my own bike wheel meme. Agreed. I don't know what meme you guys are talking about. Dick in my own bike wheel. Dick in my own bike wheel. Oh, it's stick, not dick. So the meme here is that they're riding a bike and there's this, they're riding a bike with a stick and then they put the stick in the wheel and then they cry. So the message is that they fuck themselves over. Okay, yeah, I get it. Anyway. Try not to joke yourself out of a date. Challenge accepted. Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, because literally with the context that the joke that he made was about her kind of like having her guard down and ending up sleeping with him. Like, if someone were to make a comment like that to me, before I would cancel the date. I'd be like, that is so weird. We're gonna read one more. Let's just look for one with an interesting captions that I can put in the thumbnail. The only dudes that will ever love you are gonna be pedos other than me? Why? Okay. So girl says, you're gonna do great, bud. And then he said, name. I need to be honest. I know we only know each other for a few months, but damn, it feels like I've known you my whole life. You're the kindest, most thoughtful, talented young lady I've ever met. And I need you to understand that I don't say these things lightly. I mean them, so do me a favor. And she said, oh, thanks. I think you're a pretty great fella. What's up? Let me take you on a date, a real date. I'll get you those flowers toy-like. Oh, you. I know that it says you because sometimes when you say you, it autocorrects to toy for some reason. I'm flattered, name, truly, but I think we're great friends. Just friends, but best friends. The most awesome friends. Okay, You do not have to rub it in that much. Like, I'm on your side, but that's crazy to be like, we're the bestest friends ever though. Friends, friends, and I love being your friendly friends with you, my friend. You're a great feller, buddy friend. If I was him, I'd be like, damn. I'm never gonna see your massive tits. I'm gonna kill myself. That's a reference to the first vid. I didn't just come up with that in my brain. That'd be a little twisted. Also, sorry that it's progressively getting darker in here. My ring light broke. And so I just have to use the sunlight. If you guys have ever heard of it. Sorry, I don't know why I had to diss you guys and like call you chronically online. I'm chronically online. Okay. And then he just sent this emoji, which, yeah, that's... Okay, are we good? Yeah, sorry if the angle and everything just changed. My phone just died, I had to plug it in. Okay, so he said just that emoji, and then he said blank. He's serious? I'm assuming this is the name of maybe a guy that she's talking to, so we're gonna say Alex. Alex, he's serious? Question mark. You're gonna pass me up? Why? For some pedo? And then we're gonna give this guy a name too. Because they're using each other's names so much. Who talks like this? We're gonna say that this guy's name is Caleb. Caleb, seriously? Don't do that. Then Caleb says, you do realize the only reason guys hit you up and are friends with you is because they're pedos, because you dress and act like a child? You wanted to go on a date with her, didn't ya? Oh, let me guess, you're the only one. You want to go on a date with her because of her personality, right? You do realize the only reason guys hit you up and they're friends with you is because they're pedos, because you dress and act like a child. You're easy prey. If you ever call a woman prey near me, oh no. I have the X-Acto knife. And I don't know how to use it because I cut myself earlier. Okay, so you're easy prey. You honestly think anyone is willing to put up with a 19-year-old dressing like you and sleeping with stuffed animals like she's 2 years old and he spelled 2. It's really funny to have a typo while insinuating that someone acts younger than they do because you type like a 2-year-old. Think again. Which, like, you wanted to be with her. And clearly, she's talking to someone else. So it seems like people want to be with her. Think again. I'm willing to. I am the exception. And oh, of course you are. Oh, yeah, of course you are.
I'm the only one that goes for a girl that admittedly reminds me of a child and doesn't have weird intentions about it. I'm the exception, even though I'm literally telling you that you remind me of a 2-year-old.
Right, yeah, you're the exception. Yeah, right, of course. I'm willing to. I'm the exception, and I'll love you for you, even the weird stuff. Damn, just because she, like, dresses, like, cutesy, like, what? And then, I'm not a pedo like your ex. And then she said, goodness gracious, way too far. I had no clue he was. Oh, it turns out her ex actually was. I had no clue he was. Don't use that as a weapon against me. You're really hurting my feelings. And then he said, you wear pigtails and play with dolls. Okay, you honestly were that stupid to not realize he was into that. Are you into that? I think you're into that. Blank, I'm not going to hurt you. You already have. You're insulting and blaming me. Yeah. It's hard enough to be myself. I don't need you to tear me down because I said we were friends. Sensitive. You're a fucking bitch. Fuck you. You're sensitive. You can't hit. Oh, that is crazy for him to call her sensitive. Meanwhile, he's losing his mind and bringing up some stuff that's clearly like traumatic for her. Like if you find out that you're dating a guy that's attracted to children, that's you know what I mean? Sensitive. The only dudes who will ever love you are going to be pedos, and you know it. Other than me, but you missed your chance. Good luck getting assaulted again. What do you mean, good luck getting assaulted again? Fuck you. You are so weird. Text me when you're ready to have a grown-up conversation and when you realize what I said is facts. You really think that she's gonna text you at any point and be like, actually, you were so right. I do trust you. Come here. Like, what? And then she said, wow. And then he said, forget I said anything. It was all a joke and test. Now I see how sensitive you really are. And good luck on your crappy book in life. Okay, she's writing a book. I thought she acted 2 years old. I thought she acted like a 2-year-old. She's writing a book? Okay. Interesting. I don't know how young she acts, and I don't really care. That's the end of my sentence, I think. Also, him saying, forget I said anything, it was all a joke, a test. No, it wasn't. Because now, after that, you're saying good luck on your crappy book in life. Oh, wait, is there more? Oh, brother. Okay, and then on a different day, he said, hey, just wanted to apologize for earlier. Oh, this isn't even a different day. Can we go to lunch and talk about it? Just friends? Cope. Fuck you. Good luck getting assaulted again. I can't do the thingy, but if I could, I would. Can we go to lunch and talk about it again, just friends? And then she said, I don't feel comfortable associating with you anymore. I told you as friends. No, I don't want to be friends either. You're being ridiculous. I'll pay. Back to insulting me. No, I'm done. Yes. This is a very emotionally intelligent 2-year-old. 2-year-old, but you're more mature than him. Interesting. I need to see the comments right this second. This person said, if only pedos will like you, wouldn't that mean that he's a pedo? And then this person said, nah, she's different. He actually cares about her. Can't you tell? Only someone who cares would say such cruel thing. This guy deserves a good punch to the face. And someone else said, he's the exception. Not him calling you sensitive after a rejection that caused him to crash out in 0.4 seconds. That was the best part for me. Yeah, I clocked that earlier. For a while, I didn't really understand why women would say that they were bothered by men who would confess. Well, if you think that someone's your fucking friend, and then they're like, I actually have been thinking about you in a different way this entire time. That like kind of sucks. Like sometimes as a girl, it genuinely feels like any guy who is interested in you for friendship isn't, and they're just saying that because when it happens over a certain amount of time, like it genuinely feels like guys don't see potential friendship in women after a certain point. Like it feels like that. But seeing this makes me really get it. You knew him for months. It seemed like you had some sort of connection, and now that he reveals these feelings, he drops the act. Yeah. It's so heartbreaking. And now you've lost what you thought was a genuine connection. Yes! I'm really sorry about this. Yes! Shout out to this person for like gaining critical thinking. Is Steph the betrayal of thinking that you found a cool guy that gets it only for him to be bidding their time? I've seriously lost count of how many times it happened to me when I was young and naive. And then this person said, I mean, it hurts to find out that all you were to what you thought was an actual friend was a potential pussy. Yeah. And then this person said, yup, it's rough. I've had one girlfriend who had a best friend that was a guy, knew him for like 7 to 10 years or something, and he confessed he only hung around her on the off chance when she was single that he could have a fling with her. Ew. She was so torn up about it because she thought that this guy was really her friend. It happened to me a few times too, and now at the age of 31, I just don't talk to men anymore. I don't want to be their friend. There's nothing having a guy friend can give me that having a girlfriend can't do better. Plus, men are way too emotional. I mean, I'm not here to diss all men. It's the first time I've ever said that sentence. I'm just kidding. But what I can confidently say is that when I was overweight and I was not attractive, not to say, oh brother, I hate when I say that I'm attractive and everyone's like, no you're not, bitch, you're ugly, I just mean like I'm not hideous. Can we agree on that? Okay, cool, thank you. When I was overweight and I definitely was not conventionally attractive, no men approached me, talked to me, or took interest really in wanting to be my friend. And that kind of showed the ulterior motive behind men that want to be your friend. I could take you home with me, but you were with another man, yeah. I know we ain't got much to say before I let you get away, yeah. I said, are you gonna be my girl? But yeah, it sucks. It's like kind of the worst thing ever. It's like kind of the worst thing ever. And now I have very few guy friends. And they're guys that I know that if I were to make a move on them, they would yell at me to get the f away from them. Like, they're guys that I'm so confident. Guys that have literally rejected me. Like, I had a little crush on them. I was a guy in this situation, and I this was just like one of the friends. I haven't done this with all of my guy friends, but like, and rejected me. Like, anyways, that's enough for today's video. I hated that last one. I hated the conversation around it. It's an important conversation, but it actually genuinely like makes me really sad. I don't want to do these videos too much because like it just makes me realize like, and of course I'm not categorizing all men, but there are a lot of larger discussions at hand about general themes within men, at least in this generation or in this climate, in this whatever, that feel like we're going backwards, or it feels like there's really deniers that there's like any that like sexism exists or anything like that. But then like we have conversations about like how guys aren't even interested in talking to a woman if there's not like a longer game in their brain about being able to maybe shag her one day. Like, that is disgusting and dehumanizing, literally, because it's objectification, and it makes me so sad. It's sad to see. And of course there's nice men out there. Be one of them. And men, if there's any men watching this, I want you to ask yourself if you have any women friends that even if they were to come on to you, you wouldn't sleep with. And if you don't, you should get one. You should at least get one. And you might have a little unpacking to do internally about how you see women and value them. And if you might value them differently than the male friends that you have. Okay, that's all for today. Please hit that subscribe button, like, and comment, baby, if you've made it this far in the video. Tell me about how your easy bake oven... if you've made it this far, leave a comment referencing an easy bake oven, just so that I know that you made it to the end, and then I can like your comment. I can be like, oh my god, and then just like we have like a little code. It's like everyone's like, why is this person talking about an easy bake oven? Like, what is going on? Yeah, thank you guys so much for 15K. I'm super excited that I'm monetized. Hopefully, maybe if there's an ad, cheers to me. Okay, I'll shut up now. Thank you guys so much for coming. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next Tuesday. Bye.